Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first edition of the NXL Dojo. It is a pleasure to be here with you all tonight, and we have a great two-match event for you. Starting off first with Ken Alexander taking on Jordan McKay, and ending with King Phoenix defending his DMW Heritage Championship against newcomer Yusuke Suzuki, which is going to be a great match. But before we get there, we do have Ken versus Jordan to look forward to. Now, Ken Alexander, always an underdog. And no matter where he is, no matter what match he's in, he is always the underdog. But that's what makes Ken special, that's what makes him great. He fights until the very end, which is what you need to do in this business. You need that passion, you need that desire to grow, that desire to do great. And because Ken is such an underdog, because he's always usually the smaller man, he has a reason to try and grow, because he wants to topple the big men, he wants to topple the big names in the community. And hell, this would be a fairly decent way to start, because Jordan McKay, formerly known as Crash, has gone through a career revive, has picked his career up from the slumps, and is now finally doing something with his career. Because recently went through an entire gauntlet, unfortunately was unsuccessful in his attempts to win. But he went through every single man but one, and even then he was so close, milliseconds away from being victorious. In a look to try and get back on track here with a victory over Ken Alexander. Makes his NXL debut. Of course, the dojo debut. This is the debut of the dojo. First edition, but there are going to be many more in the coming weeks and months. You know how it is. Jordan looks to take out Ken Alexander. Will have the size advantage as always, but that goes again to Ken Alexander's status as the underdog in this matchup. Can he topple Jordan? Can he become the winner? Can he leave victorious? I think he has a fairly good shot at it. We'll have to wait and see though. There you see Ken Alexander, there's Jordan McKay, as the dojo kickstarts its little career. Gonna meet in the center of the ring now. Little stare down, collar and elbow tie up by Jordan McKay. Gonna try and get the early advantage over Ken Alexander to try and overpower him. Gonna work on the left arm and shoulder there of Ken. Try and weaken down the limbs. And that's Ken gonna do a collar and elbow of his own. Gonna kick out the legs of Jordan, now to the gut as well. And goes to the arm himself. Whatever you can do, I can do better. And Jordan McKay, once again, gonna go for the arms. Become a lot more technical since the switch to Jordan McKay. And now look at that, Jordan with a tequila sunrise. Locked in early in the matchup. Ken Alexander could be in trouble in the early goings. Has to be resilient here, has to have that heart, and he does. He's able to get out of that. Both men back to their feet. Ken gonna grab him, send Jordan into the corner. Ken Alexander, shotgun drop kick, and Jordan is sent crashing spine first into the corner. Now Ken gonna waste no time at all, locking in that dragon sleeper, gonna try and make Jordan tap himself. And no man here, no man can really take the loss. Both men need this win to move on. Both men need this win to try and advance their careers to the next level. Jordan's able to get out of the dragon sleeper. Side headlock takedown now by Jordan McKay. Just working down Ken. He was able to throw Jordan off, but Jordan's the one that stays standing. Ken back up to his feet. Both men opposite sides of the ring, staring down eye to eye. Another collar and elbow here right in the center of this ring. And Jordan again, an elbow to that left arm of Ken. Definitely targeting one spot in particular. Ken gonna try work the arm himself, but Jordan, here's some good speed and agility of Jordan McKay. Arm drag there, takes Ken off of him. Gonna gain back control, sending Ken off the ropes, and there we go, a tilt-a-whirl backbreaker into the cover one. Nope, not a 2 count, only a 1 count for Jordan McKay there, as Ken is gonna get back to his feet, but Jordan too quick. Gonna send Ken right into the corner. There's Jordan McKay. Got Ken where he wants him. Irish whipped. Oh, right back into the corner. There's a lariat by Jordan. Snap there. And he finishes up with a drop kick to the back of the skull. Jordan gonna roll Ken over into the cover. Gonna try pick up the victory here, but no, only a 1 count again. Ken Alexander is able to kick out. Gonna slowly get back to his feet. Jordan McKay feeling great right now. Shining Wizard connecting now as well, right across the jaw. As Jordan has had control of most of this matchup, gonna drag Ken right to the ropes where he wants him. Now Jordan gonna run off the ropes, went for a high knee. Ken reversing, sends Jordan over to the apron. And there's a drop kick by Ken Alexander as Jordan went crashing down to that hard wooden floor in the outside. And Ken has Jordan right where he wants him. This is Ken's element. This is where Ken Alexander shines. Ken Alexander thinking suicide dive off the ropes, through the middle rope, and connects with the suicide dive. Ken back in the ring, off the ropes again, and a tope con hilo. Ken Alexander on fire right now, back inside the ring, off the ropes, and a third time another suicide dive, sending Jordan into that steel barricade as Ken Alexander has finally taken charge in this matchup. Ken Alexander, all it took was a little bit of time to use his speed and his high-flying ability, his daredevil antics to his advantage. As now Ken gonna set up in the corner, gonna go for that knee. That knee has put away multiple opponents in the past. Can it put away Jordan McKay here tonight if he can connect? Connects with that running knee. Ken Alexander into the cover. 1, 2 to win in the NXL Dojo. No, it's a kick out at 2 by Jordan McKay, who is still fighting in this matchup. But Ken finally gained that control that he was so desperately needing. Finally got that speed to his advantage. Used it against Jordan. Triple suicide dives. There's not much he can do to avoid that. Sending Jordan McKay into the corner over the top. Ken Alexander leg sweep. And now just over the top goes Ken Alexander into the cover. 1. No, kick out at 1 though by Jordan McKay. And Ken can't believe it. I mean, hell, he did just hit him with 3 suicide dives. You would have expected at least a 2 count, but no. Jordan McKay showing a lot of heart here. We know he's resilient now. We know he's unlocked something new inside of him. Ken off the ropes. Double stop, no. Jordan rolls him through. And there's a flying knee there by Jordan McKay, the Star Pegasus, into the cover. 2 count to win. No, kick out by Ken. Jordan kicked out of Ken's running knee. Ken kicked out of Jordan's. And now look at this, Jordan McKay gonna lock in the rings of Saturn now. Just wrenching back on the neck, head and spine of Ken. That upper body just getting bent in ways that should not be getting bent. Jordan McKay has Ken right where he wants him, right into place where he can shine here. Goes back to the technical offense, which has been doing him well so far. Ken can't reach for the ropes. His arms are trapped. His legs are on the opposite side compared to the ropes. Can Ken escape? Can he keep fighting? Can he survive in this matchup? And now Ken managing to try a roll, but Jordan, he keeps it locked in. The grip of Jordan on full display here. Jordan McKay wrenching back, wrenching on the neck there of Ken. Still got both arms trapped. Legs got a little more freedom. Can he use them to his advantage, or will he have to tap out? Jordan just constantly pulling down on the neck of Ken Alexander. No longer Kendrick Alexander. That's my bad there. Deciding to go out on his own, make a new name for himself. Just go straight up as Ken Alexander. That's why he needs this win more than anyone right now. Ken gonna use his elbows and is able to get free using the right arm there. Considering the left arm was trapped in the legs and had taken a lot more damage in the right. Both men fired up double headbutts. And both men fall. Both men taking the tumble from the double headbutts. Jordan McKay pulling himself up with the ropes to try and get back to his feet, and he is. He's going to look over at Ken, who's going to do the same thing. Both men back to their feet in opposite corners. At an equal here, Jordan McKay runs in with the rocket kick. And now Jordan McKay setting up in the corner. And there's another Star Pegasus knee. Jordan McKay goes for the cover. 1, 2, and it's a 3 count, and Jordan McKay has defeated Ken Alexander in the opening contest of the first ever NXL Dojo. Great match, great try from Ken, but unfortunately that final knee strike is too much for Ken to take, too much for him to kick out of. But now we move into the championship matchup here tonight. We'll see you in the main event.
Yeah, another boys' night in. Sweet. Not now. I'm in the zone.
Doritos. Yummy. Single player or multiplayer?
And now it's time for the main event of tonight's 2-match event, the 2-match dojo, and it is a championship contest as King Phoenix looks to retain his DMW Heritage Championship against this man right here, the challenger Yusuke Suzuki, who laid down the challenge to Phoenix, and Phoenix graciously accepted the challenge. Now Yusuke, after the matchup was accepted by Phoenix, he managed to take multiple shots at Phoenix. Went so far as to go into Phoenix's hometown of Blackpool, England, to take shots at his hometown, his home crowd, his own family. So Phoenix not only has to try and defend his title here tonight, he has to defend the honour of England, Blackpool, England in particular. But Phoenix is no stranger to doing that. He's no stranger to title defences. He is no stranger at all to putting people, in his words, where they belong and in their rightful place. Yusuke, the newcomer, not too much known about the man. We do know though that he is very, very good in Japan, where he was from. He is a very good striker, a very good grappler. So Phoenix may have some difficulties. He may have some issues. However, he is no stranger to overcoming the odds, no stranger to surprising people, no stranger to shocking the world with what he can do inside of the ring. This Phoenix, there he is, the current DMW Heritage Champion. This is his second ever defense. The first defense was against Marty Morton, the Man of Steel. And Phoenix wants to prove that he is a fighting champion, a worthy man to hold the Heritage title, a worthy man, the right man for the job, to bring that title's prestige back to where it belongs. That is why Phoenix takes these matches. That is why Phoenix is going to be traveling around the world with any title he holds. He's a man that wants to bring prestige for it. He's a man that wants to truly leave behind a legacy of being a workhorse in this industry. And I mean, hell, what better place to start than right here in the NXL Dojo? What better way to show you're a fighting champion than by defending your title all around the world, taking it everywhere, facing any challenges that come your way. Phoenix, though, unfamiliar with the Japanese side of the world. That part of the world is more of a unique style to Phoenix. But Phoenix, he's no slouch when it comes to the striking, of course, a high flyer and a striker. However, he is good at other things. He is sort of an all-rounder, depending on who the opponent is, depending on the situation Phoenix is in. He is usually able to shine in every sort of situation. But can Yusuke do the same? Can Yusuke overpower Phoenix? Can he stop the speed of Phoenix? Can he stop the quickness of Phoenix, the agility of Phoenix? That's what he needs to do. He needs to cut off the base of Phoenix, take out the legs, the arms, any limbs that he can. But I feel like Yusuke has a game plan set, and I feel like he's going in here more confident than Phoenix may be. Which makes sense. I mean, Phoenix, he doesn't know much about Yusuke. He could be a little mad right now. He could be a little hot-headed after what Yusuke's done. After him going and talking crap about his home turf. It's Phoenix's turn to try and get some vengeance, which is a common theme in Phoenix's career. But now, no more waiting. No more entrances. The bell has rung. This championship matchup is indeed underway. Both men are going to circle the ring a little bit here. You're going to get a feel for the crowd, feel for the fans in attendance. We know Phoenix is a man of the people, not so much as Yusuke though. Just an eye-to-eye stare down between these two men. Collar and elbow tie-up, a lock-up here by these two men to kickstart this championship matchup. And Yusuke gonna get the upper hand, and there's an arm wrench right into the heel kick. And now some Kawada-style kicks. Here's the striking coming into play already. Yusuke taking the early advantage, taking Phoenix down, and now gonna work the arm edge, gonna stomp right at the hands of King Phoenix. Gonna waste no time there, trying to work on the arms, the limbs. There's a lariat there by Yusuke. Thinking second one, Phoenix, no. Half and half suplex, no. Arm drag by Yusuke. Kick to the gut, kick across the skull. Went for a forearm, Phoenix reverses it. And here we go, here's the striking combinations of King Phoenix, something he's very well known for. There's another lariat. Ducks Yusuke, grabs him, maybe thinking the Infinity Void, but not quite. Yusuke, over the top goes King Phoenix, but it's a Northern Light suplex for Yusuke, who's going to hold on here. Thinking small package driver, but no, King Phoenix, Northern Light suplex of his own and rolls over himself. Thinking brain buster, Yusuke though manages to fall out of it. German suplex reversed by King Phoenix as both these men seem to come to the same intertwine, the same interpass, the same fork in the road. Phoenix wants Yusuke to bring it, he wants Yusuke to show him what he can do, and Yusuke's going to do just that, spinning back kick straight to the midsection. Thinking suplex, neck breaker, no, Phoenix manages to twist him around. Holds on to the suplex of his own, holding on, thinking now back suplex mainly. No, Yusuke able to get out of it. There's a lariat, second lariat. Phoenix over the top, this time gets the double underhook into the powerbomb. Goes for the early cover now, 1, 2, but it's a kick out there by Yusuke Suzuki. Phoenix though, just like that, that speed coming into play, catching Yusuke off guard with that butterfly powerbomb. Forearm into the corner, sends Yusuke from corner to corner. There's a running uppercut, Phoenix off the ropes, and a tilt-a-whirl backbreaker by Yusuke Suzuki. And now King Phoenix gets a stomp straight to the arm. And now Yusuke again holding on to the arms of Phoenix. Seems like he's found some sort of a weakness here. I mean, Phoenix, he's had a history with weaker arms. It's a lot easier to damage the arms of Phoenix to pick up a victory, and that comes from his pass up against a man known as Kiro, who almost snapped one of Phoenix's arms in two, snapped it out of its socket. Phoenix though has been able to somewhat recover from that, although he hasn't truly gotten over it. But Yusuke right here into the Fujiwara arm, but even after taking a knee straight to the dome by King Phoenix, Yusuke working the arms of Phoenix, really making him work to try and escape, work to stay in the matchup. The pain may become too unbearable for Phoenix to manage if he's not careful. He is very resilient though, he has a lot of heart. He's shown it all around the world, shown it around every single show he's been a part of, every single company he has stepped through its doors. Phoenix there managing to fling Yusuke off of him. Goes off the ropes, gets Yusuke with the arm drag. Gonna waste no time, runs in with a drop kick, connecting with the jaw of Yusuke Suzuki. Off the ropes, rolling thunder, shooting star vintage Phoenix right here at the NXL Dojo. As Phoenix now back into the matchup, feeling good after Yusuke has had the control for most of the time. Back to the striking combinations, but Yusuke catching him, he has really done his homework here, really scouted out Phoenix. Couple of punches there by Yusuke. Irish whips, no, Phoenix gonna take control. And now Yusuke, monkey flip, holding on, flips over and his elbows right to the skull. Yusuke using some great maneuvers to try take down King Phoenix, who is gonna keep trying to get back to his feet, despite the elbow straight to the skull. But Yusuke just able to take control. Phoenix not quite into the matchup though after them elbows. Doesn't quite fully know where he is, and Yusuke, look at that once again, trying to go for the arms of King Phoenix. He has a set damage, he has a set place to damage, he has a set target in mind, and it is the arms of Phoenix, and it is a great strategy. He has scouted Phoenix's past, gone through matches, done his research. He knows that Phoenix has a weak point, and he is targeting it head on, full force. Phoenix really could be in danger here. Phoenix really does have a chance at losing his Heritage Championship if he is not careful. He is able to roll over that one. Phoenix, backbreaker. It's going to go for a lariat to the back of their head. Yusuke out of it. Phoenix throws him around, and there's the elbow to the back of the head. That vicious elbow that we first saw him do against Cameron Witt. King Phoenix deadly with some of them strikes he does, them elbows. He may have weak arms when it comes to getting damage done, but in terms of raw power with them, when the time is right, Phoenix can be unmatched in that territory. As Yusuke, he just has control again though, and chops in the corner. As Phoenix right where he wants him now, chop and punch combo. Phoenix is not in a good place at all. Now Yusuke still not done, running off the ropes, big drop kick, colliding with the skull like King Phoenix, and Yusuke still has full control of this matchup, and Phoenix is not in a great place. He is really feeling the pain, and that was just a nasty stump to the back of the head. That was not necessary in the slightest, but you gotta do what you gotta do to win, I guess. A title is on the line here. This is Yusuke's big breakout moment. It's his chance to shine. Phoenix trying to crouch in the corner, Yusuke not letting it happen. Off the ropes, thinking knee there, Phoenix off the ropes, but it's a spinning back kick by Yusuke Suzuki, trying to spin the jaw off of King Phoenix. And now look at this, Yusuke once again got the arms of King Phoenix, but also working on the legs at the same time. Drops him down. And that's a dragon sleeper, and that is a nasty dragon sleeper. Knees bent, spine bending in two, the neck getting wrenched back. That is one of the most painful positions you can be in for a submission. I mean, look at that. Look at the face of Phoenix. Look at the body of Phoenix. Arms wailing, he can't reach for the ropes. He is too far away. Look at the arch there. Phoenix has become a building, has become a bit of infrastructure. Yusuke really, truly putting the damage in on Phoenix, who is still able to fight free, but how much fight does he have left? Able to use that speed, jump over, gets him up in a fireman's carry. But Yusuke, again, with the elbows fighting free, and now Yusuke, oh wait a minute, electric chair position, drops him down, half Nelson driver, and that is a signature maneuver from Yusuke Suzuki, but it's a kick out at two by the champion King Phoenix, who is still fighting despite everything that Yusuke has done to him. And Yusuke, he's setting up for a devastating lariat. I know that much. Phoenix out of the way, and here we go, back to the elbows, to the back of the head. Phoenix truly in control when it comes to the pure raw striking power with the elbows to the back of the head. You know, a couple clotheslines by King Phoenix, ducking the lariat from Yusuke into a drop kick now from Phoenix. Gets a second one. Gonna duck the clothesline by Yusuke off the ropes. Phoenix thinking world's cutter, countered into a catching neck breaker by Yusuke Suzuki. He even learned how to counter a springboard cutter, the springboard version of the world's cutter by King Phoenix. But now Phoenix able to get back into control after the shock of the neck breaker. There's a German suplex by King Phoenix. Holds on, rolling him around into a suplex version of the world's cutter into the cover to retain the Heritage Championship. To Yusuke just managing to kick out in the nick of time. Phoenix standing corkscrew senton. Yusuke out of the way, able to get back into the matchup. Here's the striking capabilities of Yusuke Suzuki, what he learned over in Japan. And now Phoenix, here's his own strikes though, no slouch of his own, like we've said. Couple kicks across the chest of Yusuke. Phoenix using that speed, runs in with a back elbow and a beautiful kip up as he gains control again, thanks to that speed, thanks to that striking prowess. You can do all the scouting you want on an opponent, you can do all the research you want, but at the end of the day, there's nothing quite like the real thing. Oh, that's a choke suplex by Yusuke, who drops Phoenix right on his head and delivers a knee drop before Phoenix can get to his feet, and what a cocky cover that is. And that's what allowed Phoenix to kick out. If it was a normal cover, if Yusuke decided to pin him like a normal man, he might have had the job done there. He might have had Phoenix beat. Phoenix though, over the top of Yusuke. Super kick avoided by the challenger. wrist clutched, and Yusuke with a huge knee across the jaw. Phoenix could have knocked the champion out, but he's still fighting, still in this matchup. And Yusuke, that's just a sharp elbow to the top of the skull, and Yusuke is mad. However, he does have an idea. He does have an idea in mind of how to put Phoenix away. Yusuke, Suzuki, Hammerlock Lariat Phoenix over the top. Butterfly. No, Yusuke. Alabama Slam Phoenix, a sharp elbow straight to the lower back. Yusuke back elbow there though, heard Phoenix coming. He's got the hammerlock applied, and the lariat connects this time into the cover. 1, 2, but it's still a kick out by the champion. Still has fight in him, still has life left in this matchup. Yusuke thinking discus lariat Phoenix out of the way. Super kick into a nasty dragon suplex, dropping Yusuke on his head and neck. And now Phoenix setting up for that devastating bullhammer elbow. King Phoenix goes for it, but Yusuke with an elbow to the back managed to move out of the way. Went for a drop kick. Phoenix had him coming that time. And now Phoenix back to the striking. Multiple strikes as a chop by Phoenix. There you go to the kicks to the chest. As now King Phoenix, roundhouse kick. Got Yusuke where he wants him. There's some mounted punches there to the side of the skull of Yusuke. Gets back around. There's a knee. Phoenix going insane now. He's gone berserk with these strikes. There's a third knee. Fourth knee. He knows what he needs to do to Yusuke. There's a fifth. Still going. 6 knees. The ref may need to stop the matchup. They need to go for a referee stoppage. 8 knees. Not done. 9th knee, and Phoenix has finally let go. 9 straight knees after a bunch of strikes right to the side of the skull. And Yusuke, he may be out cold on Phoenix. He's taking the glove off. He's taking the elbow pad off. He's going for maximum impact, maximum damage with this elbow to the dome. Connects with it this time, flush across the jaw into the cover to retain the Heritage Championship, and he does. King Phoenix, the almighty king, retains his DMW Heritage Championship. But what a try by Yusuke, what a performance by Yusuke. No slouch at all, full respect to the man, because he almost defeated King Phoenix. He almost took that title from him, but for the time being, King Phoenix will remain as the DMW Heritage Champion. And I want to thank everyone for tuning in, because this has been a great first episode, and I guarantee you there is going to be more dojo coming to you soon enough. But wait a minute. That's the Man of Steel. That's Marty Morton. That's the man Phoenix defended the Heritage title against in the first place, like I was saying earlier. Marty Morton is here in the dojo. He's laying down the challenge. He wants another match with King Phoenix. He is 0-2 against Phoenix. He wants a shot at revenge. He wants a shot at vengeance. Marty wants to finally beat Phoenix. I don't know if it's going to happen here in the NXL Dojo, but King Phoenix walks out still the champion. But he walks out knowing he's got a target on his back, and that Marty Morton is a man looking for a victory. But now, really, officially, thank you all for tuning in. And well, we'll see you in the next edition of the dojo.